Deep within rural America, the isolated Redstone Research Station stood as a beacon for scientific inquiry, its inhabitants dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of the human mind. The station's director, Dr. Emma Taylor, had assembled a team of experts from various disciplines to study the effects of isolation on cognitive function. It was on one fateful evening, while exploring the station's storage rooms, that Dr. Taylor stumbled upon an antique radio transmitter, its wooden casing adorned with strange symbols and markings that seemed to dance in the dim light. As she delicately lifted the dust-covered equipment, a shiver ran down her spine, as if the device was awakening from a long, deep slumber. The next morning, the team gathered around the radio, curiosity getting the better of them, and that's when they first heard it. A faint, whispery broadcast that seemed to emanate from nowhere and everywhere at the same time. As the days passed, the broadcasts grew louder, more frequent, and unmistakably sinister, weaving a sense of creeping unease that settled over the station like a shroud. The team would gather around the radio, transfixed by the disembodied voices that whispered cryptic messages and eerie melodies, their words hanging in the air like a challenge. Dr. Taylor and her team were initially skeptical, but as they listened, they began to experience vivid, disturbing dreams, as if their subconscious minds were being stirred by some unknown force, the lines between reality and nightmare blurring. Equipment malfunction soon followed, causing the station's power to fluctuate wildly, and team members started vanishing one by one, leaving behind only cryptic messages scrawled on the walls. Their absence felt like a cold wind that swept through the station. The remaining researchers were left to ponder the dark history of the station, their search for answers leading them down a desperate path. And it was then that they stumbled upon an old, hidden logbook belonging to a former researcher, its yellowed pages whispering tales of a long-forgotten government experiment and the true purpose of the Redstone Research Station. As the last remnants of sanity clung to the researchers, they uncovered the horrifying truth. The Redstone Research Station was never meant to study the environment, but to serve as a hub for clandestine mind control experiments. The antique radio equipment, once a mysterious relic, now stood as a tool for psychological manipulation, its broadcasts weaving a subtle yet pervasive influence over the team's minds. The hidden underground bunker, concealed beneath the station, revealed the extent of the government's sinister plans, with rows of dusty files and faded photographs documenting the experiment's progression and the researchers' own role as test subjects. The realization dawned on them like a suffocating shroud. Their memories were false, fabricated to keep them complacent, and they had been trapped in the station for years, their minds conditioned to respond to the broadcasts. The final, terrible truth settled in. They were never researchers, but pawns in a grand, inhumane game, and as the last researcher succumbed to the broadcast's influence, the darkness closed in, forever trapping them in a living nightmare. The shadows within the station seemed to deepen, as if darkness itself was a palpable entity, seeping into the researchers' pores, chilling them to the bone. Flickering fluorescent lights above cast an eerie glow, making the team's faces appear gaunt and hollow, their eyes sunken with a mix of fear and desperation. The air was heavy with the scent of decay and rot, wafting from the depths of the hidden bunker, where the remnants of the government's experiments lay shrouded in secrecy. Dr. Taylor's eyes, once bright with curiosity, now seemed dull and lifeless, her mind reeling from the discovery of the station's true purpose. She wandered the deserted corridors, the soft creaking of the wooden floorboards beneath her feet echoing through the silence, as if she was being led deeper into the heart of the station by some unseen force. Every step revealed a new, sinister detail. The carefully crafted facade of the research station, the strategically placed surveillance cameras, and the soundproofed walls, all designed to keep the researchers trapped and oblivious to their true circumstances. The antique radio transmitter, once a mysterious relic, now stood as a constant reminder of the team's predicament, its presence seeming to draw the darkness closer, like a malevolent entity feeding on their fear. The broadcasts, once a mere curiosity, had become a constant, maddening presence, their whispered messages and eerie melodies weaving a spell of creeping dread that seemed to seep into the researchers' very souls. As the last remnants of the team struggled to maintain their grip on reality, they began to experience strange, unsettling visions, glimpses of a world beyond the station, a world that seemed to be calling to them, yet remained forever out of reach. The lines between reality and nightmare continued to blur until it became impossible to distinguish between the two. The researchers' sense of identity began to disintegrate, their memories fragmenting like shattered glass, leaving behind only a deep, abiding sense of unease. And then, there was the sound, a low, pulsing hum like the reverberation of 1,000 whispered secrets echoing through the station's corridors, drawing the researchers closer to the heart of the darkness. In the depths of the hidden bunker, the researchers stumbled upon a series of ancient, dusty tapes, each one labeled with a single, cryptic word: Erebus. The tapes, it seemed, held the key to the station's true purpose and the horrifying experiments that had been conducted within its walls. As they listened to the tapes, the researchers began to unravel the mystery of the Redstone Research Station and the sinister forces that had driven its creation. The tapes spoke of a government initiative, codenamed Erebus, designed to push the boundaries of human psychology, to create a new breed of super soldiers, capable of withstanding the most extreme forms of psychological conditioning. The researchers' minds reeled as they listened to the tapes, their grip on reality tenuous at best. The broadcasts, it seemed, were just the beginning, a mere precursor to the true horror that lay at the heart of the station. And then, as the last tape came to an end, the lights flickered, and the station was plunged into darkness. The only sound, the soft, pulsing hum of the antique radio transmitter, its wooden casing adorned with strange symbols and markings that seemed to dance in the dim light, like a malevolent entity waiting to claim its next victim. The darkness closed in, a suffocating shroud that seemed to have no end, and the researchers were consumed, forever trapped in a living nightmare, their minds shattered by the horrors they had uncovered.